Happy Tuesday, everyone. We're live from South Shore BMW because that's what we do every Tuesday at 3 o'clock. Today, Fotios is going to take us through the X4 M40i.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Thanks for watching.
So, Fotios, what makes this car so great?
The cool thing about this car is BMW has been starting to put out these M Performance models. They're almost like M cars. They're really close, but you get the practicality of having all-wheel drive. This is the first X4 M40i. It has the same engine that's derived from the actual M2, so it's a pretty fast car. But it's an SUV. You get all-wheel drive, and you even get all-season tires if you want. So you can have it as an everyday driver, but it's been tweaked by the M department.
So, are there any other M cars or M Performance cars that have all-wheel drive?
Yeah, there's the M240, the 2 Series, non-M car, that has all-wheel drive, and the M240. And they're coming out with an X3 M40.
Okay.
The X4 M40 we have right here. The M550 is coming, so it's going to be a full lineup of M Performance cars coming from BMW in the very near future.
And you talked a little bit about the engine. I know we've looked at a couple M cars, and this is an M Performance car. So what is different from this engine than the typical SAV engine?
It's been strengthened both internally. It breathes easier. It's just a tuned engine. It's a lot quicker than your average X3, X4. For instance, the X3 and X4 35i made 300 horsepower. This particular car makes 355. And it can sound like a race car if you really wanted to. If you put it in the sport mode, put it in comfort mode, it's a nice, comfortable car. But the engine is dramatically different than the regular engine that goes in these cars.
Okay.
So you're getting a pretty nice toy for the money.
So it's pretty cool. I think personally it looks like a smaller version of the X6, which is not something that you consider when or you think about when you think about maybe like a track car. So this isn't necessarily a track car. It's a great everyday driver, but how would it perform if it were put on a track?
Well, the car would actually perform surprisingly well on the track. It would actually do really, really well. It's not going to do as well as your M sedans and the full M SAVs, but this thing would be a force to be reckoned with on the track as well.
Yeah.
If you ever use it for that.
So
it's definitely capable.
Capable. Perfect. I'm just getting a good look around it. So as far as X-Drive in a car like this, why is X-Drive superior when compared to like other brands that have all-wheel drive?
Well, the thing that has BMW with the Edge is it's an electronic-based system. Okay. So it's actively sending power to different wheels in almost an infinite amount of ways, versus some cars would be like 60% one way, 40% the other. This is constantly changing where it's applying the torque and the power to the wheel that has the best traction. So these are awesome in the snow, but it's also good for just even grip altogether, because the car has enough power to break loose. And with the X-Drive, it just goes. You can just shoot right out of the hole in this car. It's faster than you'd think.
Which is great because the car itself isn't necessarily high up like a typical SUV or SAV is. It's a lower car.
A little bit better clearance than a traditional car would be.
Yeah, but it makes it really sporty and functional at the same time.
And they come well equipped too. Like this particular one has LED headlights.
Okay.
The X, which we all know is a very, very fast little car.
Mm-hmm.
So 0 to 60 in this car is about 4.6, 4.7, and that's for an SAV. But you can cart tons of stuff around. You got plenty of space. There's a lot of versatility in the car.
Can we pop the trunk to see the space?
The roof line, how it slopes down like that.
Okay.
A little sportier.
Not as much headroom in the trunk. At the back, you can see the dual exhausts on either side.
This car basically came right off the truck, so.
Right. So you can see it's not as high up or not as much headroom in the back as the X3 would be, but you still get the space. And then, there, should lift it up. And can you get the optional spare tire on this too?
No, not on the X4.
Not on the X4.
There's no way to put it.
Right.
And you can actually get this car without run flat tires if you wanted to. It's one of the first for BMW, so if you wanted ultra high performance street tires, you can get those instead.
And what are the difference between those tires and the ones that are already on the car?
Designed for all-out performance. They're not really designed to be driven in the snow, so you have to get different set of tires for the winter. But 3 months out of the year, you would have high performance tires, a single stick like most sports cars will to the road.
Can we turn it on and hear it so that people can kind of hear it? I think that I think that that's where you really get the difference. Yeah, and I'm going to stand back here so everyone can kind of hear it. It's a cool sound. I mean, we've done a few M cars, especially with Fotios.
The exhaust node's going to change. When you have it in sport mode, the exhaust is a lot more aggressive. In a little while, you hear it click and you hear the exhaust tone completely change. It's a really fun little car.
Just going to get close. You guys can see the front. We'll go on the front so that you can see.
X4 M40
yep, X4 M40 logos.
It also says X4 M40 on the dash, like right on the screen.
Can see the screen, everything. And as far as how this would feel, I mean, we're not going to take it for a test drive today, but if you're behind the wheel, does it feel like an SAV? How does it drive?
No, it feels like a sports sedan.
It does?
Very, very, very crisp steering. The car stays completely flat when you're cornering. Sitting behind the wheel, if you never knew it, you wouldn't know you were an SAV.
Really?
Yeah, the thing's quick. You can push in the corners as hard as you want. It's a really impressive car. The exhaust has changed. I'll have to hear that now. So, it's not your typical SAV. And this is what the M Performance vehicles are all about, and you're going to see a lot more coming from BMW in the near future.
Yeah, which is really cool because, M Performance is a cool line of cars. I'm just going to hop under the hood while it's on so everyone can kind of see what's going on. Like I said, the M Performance logo. And as far as like, obviously it has the kidney grill like most all BMWs have, right? But as far as
trademark BMW thing.
Yeah, but as far as like air going to the engine and stuff, is there anything different than
as far as the cooling system goes? This car will stay cool no matter how much you pushed it.
Yeah. Which is, not that you're going to be pushing it as an everyday driver, but good to know.
If you're a driver like me, you would.
So you'd get behind the wheel.
Yes, nice big brakes on the car. That's I think people will be excited about the performance lineup that's coming up. Because this way you don't have to go to a full M car. You still have all-wheel drive, and it makes for almost a better daily driver in a way. Like I said last week, they do make better daily drivers. It's not as raw as an M car, but it's right there. So it's going to be a perfect fit for a lot of people out there.
Which is great, because essentially you want a car that fits to your lifestyle, fits, but it still has that sporty feel. So it gives that like the ultimate driving machine. Kind of that slogan sticks behind
Trust me, this car is a lot funner than you would think. I suggest you come down and test drive it. You'll be surprised.
Is there anything else that you think people should know about it before we sign off?
There's going to be more of these models. The X3 will come in it, the X4, the 3 Series will come in it, 5 Series.
When do you anticipate that? Like, people should see that.
Within a full year, you'll start seeing more M Performance cars.
Okay.
And it's a notch above the traditional mainstream cars. For people who are into, having fast cars like this, it's a perfect fit.
Perfect. Well, thank you.
And I'll be doing more of these M Performance cars in the future as we go.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. And I think that's all we have today.